Welcome to our tutorial about updating records. We're going to pick up here where we left off in our previous tutorial on inserting new records. I've added another button called Update Record. Let's go to the code page. Here's a block of code that updates the records in our database. This code is similar to the code we prepared in our previous tutorial on inserting records. I've just made some minor changes. For example, instead of the insert SQL string variable, we've got an update SQL string variable. I also replaced the insert statement with an update statement. Right here is the update statement format from our previous tutorial on creating update statements in SQL. Let's review the syntax. The syntax goes as follows. Update, our keyword, then the table name. Users in our case, next line set. Then the name of the column, the first name column in my case, first name equals, with a new value in single quotation marks followed by a comma, and then last name equals, new value in single quotation marks again. Next goes the where clause, in this case where the user ID equals 1. In my example, we're pulling the user ID from the value property of the selected item property of the list box LST users. Here you can see the rest of the code. The rest of the code pretty much works in the same way. The execute non-query method returns the number of affected records. This number is going to be displayed in the label control LBL rec inserted. Okay, let's run our application. We'll give it a minute to load. Now let's select one of the records. And let's update the first name field. Let's change it to Bob. Last name Gray. And now let's click Update Record. We do have a problem. Let's go see what's wrong. Let's see what Visual Studio has to tell us about it. There's some incorrect syntax after the email address, and an unclosed quotation mark after the character string close parenthesis. We must have missed a single quotation mark. Let's look more closely at the syntax. We mouse over Update SQL. Here the first name Bob looks fine. The last name is missing the second quotation mark. Let me magnify it so it's better visible for you. It's right before the email column. What I need to do here is insert a single quotation mark, and it'll appear after the word gray. Let's stop debugging. And let's insert our missing quotation mark, test our application again now. First, we select a record to update. First name. Now let's type in some revised data. Nick. Read. Let's fix the email address too. And click Update Record. Our feedback shows that one record was indeed updated. And our updated record is available in the drop-down menu right away, Nick Read. Everything works just fine now. This concludes our tutorial about updating records.